Guess what?
Guess what?
Yeah.
It's it's time to go to sleep.
No.
No, it's not.
Didn't we just wake up?
I don't remember. We wake up so early that I think it is nighttime. Okay, up this morning at 4 a.m. with so many games.
18 games yesterday.
18, but I did 22.
Yes.
I did some of the games twice because I got so mixed up.
He did two doubleheaders twice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Were you just burned out?
No, I just kept doing it. I couldn't figure out if I did multiple games, if I did games more than once. Couldn't even figure it out.
Well, while everybody is coming into the chat room, we are a little slow today, right, Leonard?
Well, it's a beautiful Saturday, so this is what...
No, today's Sunday.
Or Sunday, doesn't matter. But this is what you
weekend.
This is what you got to expect. On weekend shows are going to be kind of tough, but we're not giving up. James Caprion is...
Wait, we can't say hi yet.
Okay.
The sound isn't good yet.
Sound is not good.
That's why we're making small talk.
This is the only talk we have. Sound is good?
No, it's not. Now it is.
Now it is good. Thank you, James Caprion. Thank you. And here we go on a lovely weekend. And it's been tough. I've been up since 4:05 with so many games that were postponed until yesterday.
No, they were postponed today. But they weren't really postponed. They were rescheduled.
Rescheduled.
Lenny did 4 extra games on top of 18 games that there were.
I did some of the games twice. Good morning to Chris from Cambridge. Dad's a premier. Daniel Ferreira. James Caprion. Post 1958. SM King Turd. And what's today?
Official Julio Rodriguez
Julio
Day.
Rodriguez. Tommy Johnson, triple play. Good morning to you all. Good to see you. Thanks for your support. Malpal has just joined us, so we are sincerely thankful from, that's right, I've been waiting for this since 3:15. Okay, thank you so much, triple play.
He's been waiting for this?
Yeah, all
since
right.
3.
Since 3:15.
All right.
Okay, let's get it.
Wait.
According to Fangraphs.
Let's say hi to everybody.
I just did.
But you didn't say hi to Daniel's son Joshua, who is visiting him
Go
now,
ahead.
and he's part of the Legion.
Go ahead, you do it. Leonard Donaldson
And
is here.
you say hi to Juniorette.
No, I did not.
Turd Juniorette.
No, I did not.
All right, that's it.
All right,
that's all I
so
got.
there you go.
And Malpal. And Tina.
And Tina and Malpal.
Down in the Hurricane Hillary path.
According to Fangraphs, the Mets have a higher likelihood of making the playoffs than the Yankees, and they're still playing. They're still not playing some of their rookies. I mean, the Yankees are still playing Austin. They're not playing Austin Wells. They're playing Greg Allen. Are you in favor of that? Do you think now is the time to put your youngsters in when you really don't have much of a chance to make the playoffs?
Absolutely. Neither of these New York teams have a 2% chance of making the playoffs. The Mets are at 1.9. The Yankees are at 1.8. The Yankees are absolutely barreling down this horrible season. They've lost 7 games in a row. Their offense is now hitting on the season 181. They're only scoring 2.1 runs per game during their 7-game losing streak. So that's the sad news. And yes, of course, it's time to put these youngsters in. These youngsters, that if the Yankees even have any good, do the Yankees even have any good rookies?
Yes, they do. Tyler Wells is an outstanding catcher. Austin Wells, you'll be seeing him soon, that's for sure.
All right, well, they can bring these kids up now and they'll still qualify as rookies next year. And I would say, yes, it's high time. You don't usually say that about a team like the Yankees. But let's go ahead and celebrate.
Julio Rodriguez.
17 hits.
Yeah.
He had, before yesterday's game, he had 3 games where he scored 4 runs, 5 runs, and 4 runs, or something like that. But yesterday, now, once again, 4 for 5. He's got 17 hits in 4 games. It's the most in 4 games since 1901. Can I give more about Julio?
Well, he went from a 256 batting average to a 279 batting average.
4 days. In 4 days.
That's how hot Julio. Now, is he your number one pick?
No.
He was number one in some cases this year.
I don't know how he could
because power and speed.
I get it, but he was too young to be drafting him that early. But okay, that's up to you. In 4 games and 22 at-bats, he's got 17 hits, 5 runs, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, a 1.909 OPS. Think of that, 1.9 OPS. The Mariners have won 21 of their last 28 games. Are the Mariners going to make the playoffs? Aren't they making a late season push like crazy?
Making a late season push, and there were some in the chat room who believe that Seattle is the team that's going to get Ohtani.
Do you know who Alex Cole is?
Yes.
Did he pass away?
Alex Cole was a player a couple of years ago, right?
What happened to Alex Cole?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I read about him last night, but I forgot. All right, here's a question for Andrea, the Red Sox fan, whatever your name is.
I'm not really a Red Sox fan anymore.
Your turn to pick, and it's going to be early in the draft. You're going to take Julio Rodriguez, or you're going to take Luis Robert?
Oh, good grief.
Robert
Give me a break.
He hit his 33rd home run. Now, his career high before this season was 13, but with the stolen bases and with the home runs, I'll tell you, it's pretty close.
Too bad your boy goes out all the time because he stubs his toe.
Oh, yeah.
If Luis Robert could stay healthy for 1 season, he would be amazing. But I'm taking Julio every day of the week instead of Luis Robert. All right, but what about Betts, Freeman, and Acuna? These 3 guys are still... Freeman
Who's the MVP?
Yeah.
All right, everybody was talking about Acuna. He's calmed down. Then Freeman took the lead. Now Mookie Betts. Let's go to the chat room and ask it again. We've asked it many times, but now Betts is killing it. Betts, Freeman, Acuna. Who would you rather have? All right, who's the MVP? And good morning to Laura. Nice to see Laura in the chat room. Tommy Johnson, good morning to you too. Who would you rather have? Betts, Freeman, or Acuna? And the Angels lose 18-4 in Game 2 of the doubleheader against the Rays. The 14-run loss is the largest loss at home since 2009, okay? And, of course, the Angels...
I don't even know if this is a record or something like that, but they might not have any position players that make 100 starts at any position.
Maybe Trout.
Except for right field and center field, and that's assuming that Trout does come back. And he's on his way back, by the way.
Trout on his way.
A lot of people in the chat room are saying Acuna. Boston Paul is contrarian with Betts. But Post 1958 is typing now, and we'll see more. I mean, I kind of quietly like Freeman. But look, nobody can take away what Acuna is doing with his stolen bases. And the team that he's on is just, I mean, is he MVP, though, when his team is so good? Like, he's not the only one on this team bringing it up to the maximum home run capacity that's going on. The Matt Olson is on that team, too. And with Mookie Betts, is he even the most valuable player on his own team? Because Freeman is also as good as Betts, quietly. So when you're dealing with these 3 guys, are any of these 3 guys really the most valuable player when they're not even possibly the most valuable on their team?
Is there anybody else who you would say is number 4 most valuable player? Who else could be considered as the most? What about Cody Bellinger?
I like Jonah or what's the dude? No, not Jonah Heim, but the dude.
What about Bellinger?
Don't say what are you kidding me to my opinion, okay?
You can't say Jonah Heim. He's in the American League.
I made a mistake with the name. Yeah, I'm telling you about the kid on Texas Rangers. Right. Josh Young. He's crazy good.
Oh, Young. Yeah, okay.
His name is Young.
Young. All right.
Do I have to do this and wag my finger at you?
Don't wag nothing, but let's wag something you said Saturday. One of the reasons to listen to Andrea touted and told you I said no. Yuri Perez, first pitcher 20 years old or younger since Kerry Wood to have 10-plus strikeouts, no walks, no runs allowed in a game. Yuri Perez. You touted him, right?
Yes, I just said to play him yesterday. I just said don't bench him because you're scared of the Dodgers, because Yuri Perez has shown that he's a good pitcher. Right, the Dodgers are scary. I get it. They were crushing it. They're still crushing it in August. It's like they're unbeatable in August. But Yuri Perez is a good pitcher, and I knew that because they were playing a doubleheader yesterday, they would probably try to keep him in as long as possible, because they needed their bullpen just in case.
And good morning to Chris Gallo.
Yes, Gallo. Good morning to Gallo, one of our oldest friends.
That's it, off the golf course. Now, Perez had his best start of his young career. 6 innings, 2 hits, no walks, no earned runs, 10 strikeouts against the Dodgers in L.A. He was fantastic. Roto Lady predicted the youngest pitcher to strike out 10 batters in Major League Baseball game since who?
King Felix.
King Felix, Seattle Mariners. He's also the youngest pitcher to strike out 10 batters since Felix Hernandez.
Max Muncy, 29 homers now. He's got 168 homers since 2018. That ranks the 8th most in the majors. Where's Laura? Hello, Laura.
Yes, Laura. Now, the Dodgers, if you haven't heard this already, they're putting Tony Gonsolin out.
Oh, good
Not
grief.
likely he'll pitch again this season.
Yes, we've been talking about this.
We've been talking about that for 3 weeks, that he won't be pitching again this season.
Not only has he been horrible, but he's clearly been hurt. So that's
right.
Annoying. But
Tony Gonsolin is the Dodgers sweep a doubleheader by scores of 3-1 and 3-1. 27 innings in 26 hours are over.
Yeah.
Now the Dodgers are idle until Tuesday.
Yeah, that's good. They get 2 days off.
Yep, it's a very rare 2-day break.
7 innings pitched for the second consecutive start for Julio Urias. Over his past 4 starts, he's only allowed 4 runs in 25 innings. It's a 1.44 ERA and a 184 batting average against. Yep. Batters are 16 for 87 against Julio Urias.
Wow. Now, so many people are talking about Betts. 101st run scored this season. It's the 6th time in 7 full seasons Mookie Betts has scored over 100 runs. Only had 93 in 2001. He had a hip problem. Only 93. Right? Okay, and Mookie Betts...
And he only played 122 games that year, so...
Mookie Betts drove the Dodgers to a doubleheader sweep with his game-winning RBIs in each one of the games.
This is a great tidbit for Altuve fans. Now, over the seasons, he's dealt with being called a cheater and all kinds of things. But he is the fastest player in Major League Baseball history to get to 2,000 hits, 200 home runs, and 200 stolen bases.
Wow.
The guy in second place is freaking Willie Mays, and Alex Rodriguez is after him in third. It took Willie Mays 1,669 games. It took Altuve 1,631 games. That's a great feat, right? That's something to be proud of.
28th multi-home run game of his career. Altuve just got his 2,000th hit in the middle of his age 33 season. He doesn't miss a lot of time with injuries, although this year he has.
But he's hitting as good as ever, right? Is he going to hit 3,000? I don't know. It says he's 33 years old.
Yeah.
But he's only played in 1,600 games.
Is Altuve a Hall of Fame player? Okay? I mean, I had people ask me questions on the Hall of Fame, and there's a lot of players that you got to wonder. But Altuve, is he a Hall of Famer? What do you think? If he plays 2 or 3 more years, yes. Okay? If he retires after this year, it's possible. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, now the player I'm also thinking about for MVP is Cody Bellinger. 17th career multi-home run game. raising his season total to 20. And that goes past 19 from last year, his first 20 home run season. Remember, he hit 47 when he won the MVP in 2019. The Cubs, who were doing great, gambled on him. It's now paying off. Bellinger, MVP, he'll get some votes.
Yes, Cody Bellinger, you gotta love it. I mean, Unholy doesn't come on Sundays, but I really like it. Did you already tell about the Cubbies with Justin Steele?
No, I didn't talk about Justin Steele.
They're 16-7 when Justin Steele is their pitcher, and that's really good.
Okay.
So one thing I do want to point out that this top prospect, he's actually number 24 ranked prospect in baseball and he's with the Reds. Novelli Marte, he was called up yesterday. He was actually traded to the Reds in the Luis Castillo trade last season. He's 21 years old, and he has split time between shortstop and third base at 2 levels across the minors this season. He's got an .820 OPS at both levels of the minors, and combined he's hit 11 homers and stole 18 bases in 89 games. So even though the Reds have a crowded infield, Jonathan India, has this plantar fasciitis. So at-bats are going to be available, at least in the short term, for this Novelli Marte to show what he can do. Is he worth a pickup?
Absolutely. Good young player who's going to get his playing time. Cincinnati is loaded with good young players, so pay attention. The Reds, who are not, they had that, what's his name? Dela Cruz?
Ellie crushing the dude. He's going around the bases like a freaking madman.
Did you see the inside the park home run he hit yesterday? I mean,
every hit
are you kidding me?
Dude, every hit is a potential inside the park home run.
Unbelievable.
Okay.
All right,
we're doing the games now.
Let's go to a lot of games. We had 22 games. I had 4 more games than they played in Major League Baseball. So
Luis Urias hit his second grand slam in 3 days, and the Red Sox beat the Yankees. Garrett Cole, and they won 8-1 yesterday. That sent New York, we talked about, to their 7th straight loss, and now the Yankees are 3 games under 500.
Also, Connor Wong hit a home run in the 4th. The Yankees, as you said, fell 3 games under 500. Cutter Crawford had a no-hitter for 5 1/3 with Aaron Judge homering for the 2nd straight game on the 67th pitch.
Well, Cole allowed the 2nd grand slam of his career. He tied a season high by allowing 6 runs for the 3rd time and gave up 7 hits in his shortest start of the season.
Go ahead, Tristan Casas.
He's got a tooth infection.
Oh, he didn't play yesterday, right?
Well, he was scratched from the lineup because he's got a tooth infection, but I'm sure he'll be back today. They have medication for that.
And they have a decision to make. Turner played great in his place. Now, when Casas comes back, the question the Red Sox have is, what do you do with Turner? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, right?
Noelvi is his name. Noelvi. All right. He plays third base and stealing third base. Yes. Okay. What about 3 doubleheaders? Yes, Danny, we've already talked about that. Welcome to the captain, and one huge thank you to Penny for taking care of our captain while he recovers from surgery.
That's right.
I want to hear your menu for the last couple of days. Tell it to us in the chat room.
Yeah, tell us. What do I want to hear his menu?
I want to hear his menu. I want to know if he still has to drink his food.
Cody Bellinger, homered twice. Justin Steele, good-looking lefty, pitched 6 effective.
Is he like good-looking, like hot?
No,
or is he like good-looking that he pitches
good? The Cubs beat Cincinnati 6-4. The Cubs fighting for a playoff position, and let's see what happens.
Okay,
the signing of Bellinger.
You have another person here with you.
2 for 3, 4 RBIs. He's batting .326. 63 RBIs, 17 steals in 91 games.
It was his 17th multi-homer game, so he just said he has a simple approach at the plate, okay? Steele 2 runs, 6 hits, struck out 7, and walked None. He's
So
5-0, and
okay. If the Cubs win the division or make the playoffs, is Bellinger MVP over all those Atlanta guys?
no.
You don't think
I mean,
so?
in my personal opinion,
Yes,
if the
personal
Cubbies
opinion.
if the Cubbies somehow made the playoffs, I do think Cody Bellinger is the MVP.
All right, good.
Because
That's
Atlanta
fine.
and Dodgers, they're both going to make the playoffs no matter what. And
Okay.
MVP is most valuable player in baseball. That means they help their team win. Anyway, Adbert Alzolay, 17th save. Bobby Witt. Oh, wait, I moved on. No.
No, you still
Bobby
don't.
Witt, 3 hits. Salvador Perez, 2 for 3.
Brady Singer, 6. Brady Singer.
He
He's the pitcher
sucks.
that everybody wants to draft.
Nobody drafts him.
But then he throws in 6 runs, 4 earned, 9 hits, and 3 2/3. That's the problem with a lot of pitchers, but especially Brady Singer. Right post, 1958, Brady Singer, a tough pitcher to take.
All right, so Danny Fuller is still on a liquid diet, but we really appreciate Penny for taking care of you, all right?
And Boston Paul is in the chat room.
The Dodgers and Braves could get no more at-bats, and they're still winning over Bellinger.
Yep, okay, you think so. Chicago
That was turd.
20-9 in its last 29 games. So what do you give the Cubs a real chance of making the playoffs?
No.
Why not?
Unfortunately, I don't. How many games out are they? I don't know. I have to look. You didn't.
Milwaukee is right there, but the Braves' offense, the Milwaukee Brewers, their offense is very unstable. The pitching is good, so we'll see what happens.
Let's see how far they are away.
Florida and L.A., Mookie Betts, 2-run single. They beat the Marlins in the opener, 3-1. The Dodgers bounced back from Friday night. They had a tough
Absolutely.
time.
The Cubbies
Okay.
could make the playoffs, no doubt about it.
You think so, right?
Wild card, they're already tied for the wild
So
card.
then how about Cody Bellinger as the MVP?
Okay, Leonard. Anyway, we're moving on, right?
Okay, move on. Great performance by Yuri Perez. We
well,
talked about that.
They still didn't win the game, though. Evan Phillips got his 19th save. Who told you to draft Evan Phillips?
You did.
Yes.
That's right. Andrea picked up Evan Phillips.
I also told you to draft Zach Eflin, who now leads the American League in wins.
That was tremendous.
Yeah. So we could just disregard all my foolish ones like Franmil Reyes.
Yeah. So the Marlins held to just 5 hits, only 1 extra base. Ryan Pepio struck out 5 in 5 innings. He allowed 3 hits. You can pick him up. You can put him in your lineup. You can do okay. And in
Pepio. Okay, I was hoping he would make the rotation, but he got hurt. So what is he doing now? He
was brought in for the game. They had a doubleheader.
Yeah, but he's a bullpen guy, and he's
Well,
not
but
in
he's-
the rotation.
You never know with the Dodger rotation in flux. Pepio could actually get some starts. Okay?
All right.
Second game.
Yeah. So the second game, the Mookie Betts, of course, homered twice. The Dodgers won again 3-1, and they swept the Marlins. Betts has 5 multi-homer games this season and 28 multi-homer games in his career. The Dodgers are now 17-2 in August. Julio Urias, which we talked about earlier, had a great outing, of course. 5 hits, 7 innings, just 1 run. He struck out 5. Brusdar Graterol got the save in the second game. Braxton Garrett, 3 runs, 5 hits, 6 innings, struck out 6, didn't walk anybody, and the Marlins have lost 4 out of their last 5 games.
And Mookie Betts is now 1 home run away from his career high of 35.
All right.
So that's going to be Johnny Cueto, expected to
next.
start Monday against Bobby Miller.
Okay. The first game of Arizona-San Diego, Tommy Pham hit a 2-run homer and tripled, and the Diamondbacks, they beat the Padres 6-4 in the first game of the doubleheader, and the Diamondbacks won 5 of their last 7 games and pulled 4 games ahead of the Padres in the wild card standings, and San Diego dropped to 3-3 on a crucial 10-game homestand. They really need a strong finish and some help to rally into a playoff berth. But Pham has a 10-game hitting streak, and Ketel Marte took a walk. Manny Machado hit 2 solo homers, even though they still lost. He has only 23 on the season. What about Merrill Kelly?
Gave up 3 runs, 5 hits, 4 walks. But the story is Paul Sewald earned his 26th save. He shut out the Padres in the 9th inning. He did give up 2 walks and hit a batter. But the story is Sewald. Why did Seattle give up Paul Sewald? Unbelievable.
I don't know, but they're doing fine without him.
They're doing good without him, but they did suffer some late game losses last week, and they really could have used Sewald.
Machado served as the DH in the first game, but I will let you know he did go back to third base in the second game. And in the second game, Gabriel Moreno hit a grand slam and drove in 5 runs, and the Diamondbacks beat the Padres 8-1 to sweep the doubleheader. The Diamondbacks, we told you, they've now won 7 of their last 9, and they're 5 games ahead of the Padres. The Padres are 3-4 now in their current very
Pal. Go ahead. Hates the Padres. Go ahead. He hates H.A. Failure, right? The general man.
Yu Darvish took the loss, 5 innings, 3 runs, 9 hits, struck out 7. It was his 9th outing throwing 100 or more pitches.
Christian Walker, Corbin Carroll went each one 3 for 4. But the big blow was Marino's 7th inning grand slam off Padres reliever Nick Martinez. Alexander Bogaerts produced a lone run for the Padres. He hit his 13th home run.
All right. Willie Adames was 4 for 4 with 2 RBI, and the Brewers beat the Rangers 6-1. The Brewers have won the first 2 games of the series. All right. They've got 29 hits in the last 2 games. And you know who the hero of this game was? It was freaking Carlos Santana. He homered for the 2nd consecutive day. And the 4th time in his past 6 games. Didn't he just get traded?
He just got traded to this team, to Texas.
To the Brewers.
To the Brewers. 2-out homer in the first. Gave the Brewers a 1-0 lead. The Rangers, Texas Rangers, who were flying only a week ago, lost their 3rd consecutive game for the first time since the end of July. Texas batters struck out 18 times. 18.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Willie Adames?
Yeah.
2nd 4-hit game of the season.
The Brewers, okay, the Rangers struck out 18 times, but the Brewers had 15 hits, including 5 hitters with 2 or more hits. Peralta, we want to talk about Peralta.
He's a good pitcher. Next year, I'm going to buy it. He's going to be a $10 pitcher next year. I'm going to take him.
He struck out 11, and he held the Rangers to 1 run on 4 hits and 2 walks in 5 2/3. It was his 5th 10-plus strikeout game this season. He nearly collected his 5th consecutive quality start. He's allowed 5 earned runs in his past 30 2/3 innings. He's 4-0 with a 1.47 ERA in his past 5 starts and has an MLB best 50 strikeouts since July 26th. This guy came out of nowhere. And by the way, Rowdy Tellez was back in the lineup. Yep. He's the designated hitter.
Nate Eovaldi's scheduled to throw live batting practice, so he's been on the injured list since the end of July.
Good morning to King Hap.
King Hap is here. Good morning. What's up?
All right. Trey Turner hit 2 homers, and the Phillies went deep 5 times. They beat the Nationals 12-3. Nick Castellanos, Jake Cave, Bryson Stott also homered for Philly. Philly actually began the day 2 games ahead of the Giants in the race for the top wild card spot in the National League. The Phillies had lost 4 of 5, but Turner became the first Phillies player to hit 2 home runs in an inning since 1985.
Now, without going into detail, Next week, we have a huge surprise for you. All right, so stay tuned. 9 o'clock. Listen in. You will be very happy to hear what
Every time I go to the grocery store,
yes,
and I could literally buy a laptop computer for what it costs at the grocery store, they always ask me to round up to the nearest dollar.
Yeah.
And King Turd just brought up in the chat room, being asked to round up really grinds my gears. That's pretty funny. I feel you, dude. I feel you.
Riley Adams drove in 2 runs for Washington. They've won 6 of their last 7 and 15 of 18 when they play at home. So when you're betting and you see Washington at home, go with them. You'll get points. You'll get the odds. You'll get everything.
The Phillies tied it. Okay. Sir Anthony Dominguez got the win, and that's it for this game.
Yeah, he pitched a scoreless 7th inning, and he got the win. Good job.
Brandon Drury had 3 hits, including his 16th homer in the 5th inning, and the Angels held on for a 7-6 victory over the Rays in the first game of a doubleheader.
I'll tell you what, the Rays really struggling, and they've got this thing with Wander Franco. It's really going to bring them down.
Randall Grichuk
I'm taking Grichuk next year.
Big surprise.
I like him.
Big surprise.
I like them this year, too.
You like him every year.
I do like him. Randall Grichuk. Go ahead.
He drove in 2 runs, and the Angels won for just the 5th time in 17 August games, okay?
Now, he made a great catch, and one of the things about baseball that really I think about, and you don't, okay? When you're talking about, most people don't.
Good morning, Zelmo and Tony.
Zelmo and Tony are here. Good morning. How you doing there, kids? When you talk about great defensive plays, in order to be a great defensive player, you got to be lucky.
What?
Do you agree with that?
No.
Did you see the catch that Grichuk made yesterday?
Maybe his catch was lucky.
No.
It doesn't even mean he's good.
Every catch, think about this, where the outfielder puts his hand over the wall, think about the ball has to be hit just enough where you can stick your hand over the wall and catch it.
That's true. But you still have to know where to put your glove up.
It doesn't matter.
You think
if
it's
the
luck?
ball is not hit in the exact spot that it takes an outfielder, if it's a little longer, it's not a great catch. So a big part about being a great outfielder is having great luck, having the balls hit so you can make the great catch.
I disagree. You have to know
It has to be.
What about all the times that they catch them and they don't go out of the park? They have to know where the ball is going. It's called instinct,
But
Leonard.
they got to have the ball hit by the batter. Otherwise, you can't make the great catch. It's got to be hit in the right spot. So a big part of being a good defensive outfielder and making great catches is luck. The ball has to be hit just enough where you can jump over the wall and catch it.
Okay, Leonard.
Woo!
Go ahead.
Josh Lowe?
Low.
He had 3 hits and a homer.
Renee Pinto and Jonathan Aranda both went deep for the first time this season with the Rays, and Drury was actually in an 0 for 20 slump on Friday night, but he got a homer in the 5th inning. It was only his 2nd homer since July 1st.
And Mike Trout, left hamate fracture. He again took swings in the indoor batting cage.
He's coming back today, tomorrow, very soon. You could put him back in your lineup. Ronaldo Lopez, you forgot to say he got a save.
Yes, he did.
6th save yesterday.
Sorry about that.
All right. Harold Ramirez, Malpal pointed out in the chat room that he is quietly hitting .309, and yesterday he had a career high 4 hits. Also, Isaac Paredes has been in the recaps lately. He had 3 hits, including a 3-run homer. The Rays beat the Dodgers in the nightcap game 18-4. So the Rays, you just made a comment that the Rays are struggling. They crushed the Angels 18-4.
Randy Rosarina, 3 hits. So I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Let me tell you what else. The Rays have gone 13-8 in their last 21 games, including 6 wins in their last 9 games.
Wow.
This is what you're referring to, because This was all following an MLB worst 5-15 stretch from July 1st to the 26th, and they still hold the first AL wildcard spot. They're 2.5 games behind the Orioles.
Randy Rosarina, how much you paying for a Rosarina next year? He had 3 hits. Tampa's number 2 through 4 batters. That's Ramirez, Paredes, and Rosarina. 10 for 18.
With 2 home runs and 10 RBI.
And 2 home runs by Jose Siri as well.
Hunter Renfroe hit his home run. The Los Angeles lost by 8 runs or more for the 4th time in the last 9 games.
They are terrible.
They're 5-13 in August and 8 games out of the final wild card spot. Tampa Bay scored 7 runs in the 6th. They sent 10 batters. They've changed the pronoun. They refer to teams now as it instead of they.
All right.
Because they're too busy using they for all kinds of he's and she's.
Scale of 1 to 10. Will Ohtani sign back with the Angels?
No, he's going to Seattle.
Going to Seattle. Okay, there you go.
Davis Schneider hit a tie-breaking solo homer, and Jordan Romano worked out of a jam in the 9th inning, and the Blue Jays beat the Reds 4-3, but Ellie still is the highlight. How fun is he to watch?
Oh, watching around the bases.
Chris Bassett pitched 6 innings. Toronto rebounds from a stretch of 5 losses in their last 7 games. Bo Bichette's back. He hit an RBI single in his first big league game since July 31st. And if you want to talk about De La Cruz, 2 hits for Cincinnati, including the wild run around bases. Okay, TJ Friedel homered, and Christian Encarnacion Strand is doing well. He collected 2 of the team's 6 hits yesterday. Schneider went deep.
How many of you have Davis Schneider on your team? How many? He's almost an unknown. He had a tie-breaking solo homer, and Jordan Romano worked out of a jam in the 9th inning. But it was De La Cruz. This kid is Schneider. He went deep against Brandon Williamson with 1 out in the 5th. His 3rd home run of the season.
Yeah, he was really popular pickup, okay? Yep. Because when he came up to the bigs, he had 9 hits, including 2 home runs in his first 3 games. But now that sheen has worn off, he's gone 1 for 12 with 7 strikeouts over his last 4 contests, and no longer looks to be in store for steady playing time.
Tito Luna's here. Hope you got sound today, Tito Luna. I got to ask Tito Luna if he has sound. Tito, make sure you got. I want to know if you got sound.
All right, Boston Paul posted a tidbit in the chat room.
Go ahead.
It's a question. It's a trivia. Maybe let's see if you can answer it.
Go ahead.
The only player to win a batting title in 3 different decades: 1976, 1980, and 1990.
Oh. I knew this, but I don't know it anymore.
Okay, we'll let the chat room guess.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's get some guesses in the chat. Oh, Turd knows it.
Who is it?
George Brett.
George Brett. Good one, King Turd.
Good one, Turd.
Excellent.
All right, Bassett was charged with 3 runs, 2 earned, and 3 hits. He struck out 6. He didn't walk anybody. And Bichette, of course, we love having him back. He went 1 for 5. Paul DeJong was designated for assignment in order to make room for Bichette on the roster. Did you know that?
No, I did not know.
Yes, sir. Rookie pitcher Williamson, 4 runs and 9 hits and 5 2/3. He went 3-0 with a 2.89 ERA in his previous 7 starts. Now, for some injury updates, we have George Springer. He was held out. He got hurt recently trying to beat out a double play. And tonight you get to see Hunter Green against Hyun-Jin Ryu.
Yeah, Hunter. I'm taking Bassett next year. I think he's a very solid pitcher.
Gallo.
Chris Bassett rarely has a bad game. Okay? George Springer, by the way, was held out with a bad ankle. He recently got hurt.
I just told him that.
Well, I want to make sure
Look at your computer, what it's doing.
What's my computer doing? I don't know what's going on.
You have your keys are stuck down, Leonard.
Oh, is that right? My keys are stuck.
You should have.
Okay? What's going on here?
Okay, there you go.
There you go. There's proof that my
Let's
keys.
move this too.
I gotta move
We
that.
got problems.
We got problems today. On a beautiful day, we're sitting inside and playing. I've been up since what? 4 a.m. trying to figure this thing out. Okay?
Go ahead and send that message.
I'm trying to send it. I can't do nothing.
Okay, it's okay.
I can't
Let
do
me help
anything.
you. Let me help you.
I can't do anything.
Okay.
Help me. I can't move that. There you go.
There you go.
It's still making a thing.
Oops, it's still stuck.
Going.
Hold
Still
on.
Stuck. We're trying to fix our computer. It's stuck. I'm stuck.
I think I got it. Or maybe not.
How we doing, Tommy Johnson? Boston?
Okay, it's still stuck.
Okay. Can't be fixed. Okay, we're going to try it. It doesn't matter. I'll use the other computer. That's why you have two computers, all right?
Just a minute.
All right, hold
we
on
have
a second.
something stuck here.
Something is stuck. Maybe it's me. There's a picture of somebody
Stuck on stupid.
stuck on stupid, okay? You can't fix stupid. All right? Sent? There you go. Okay, we're good.
All right,
again.
I think I got it.
We are good again. Okay. Hunter Green expected to come off the injured list and start today. He's been sidelined with a hip issue. Hun-Chin Ryu expected to start for the Blue Jays. Detroit and Cleveland. Go ahead. Kerry Carpenter. What's so funny?
I'm just looking at the chat room, Leonard.
Chat room is going crazy. Chat room is going crazy.
It's good, right?
I think they got heat stroke in the chat room.
Kerry Carpenter hit a 3-run homer off of your boy, Tanner Bybee. And Javi Baez had a home run, and Detroit's bullpen turned away several Cleveland scoring chances in the final innings as the Tigers held on for a 4-3 win. The Guardians fell 21-25 in one-run games. Carpenter connected in the first inning off Bybee, who had won his previous 7 decision and was unbeaten since June 13th.
I'm taking Bybee next year.
Does Luna have sound? We want to know if Tito Luna has sound.
And Javier Baez had a solo shot.
Is he still there?
I don't know if Tito Luna's
No,
still there.
he must not be able to get sound. I don't know what's going on.
Tito
Matt
Luna.
Manning held the Guardians to 1 run and 5 hits in 6 innings. He came into the game 0-2 with a 17.61 ERA in 2 previous outings at Progressive Field. But Alex Lang, let's see. Jason Foley, 7 save. Bo Naylor, 3 hits.
Naylor, I love her. Remember when we saw him in Arizona? Or you not remember?
Yes, I remember seeing Bo Naylor, yes.
3 hits for the Guardians.
And his brother.
And his brother, too. I think I'd rather have Bo. BB, by the way, he came in unbeaten.
Bybee
in his last 9 starts. Gave up a single every through the first inning. Couldn't put away Spencer Torkelson. But
Torkelson's been very quietly good lately.
Torkelson
he took a 10-pitch
one.
walk yesterday, so that's called patience at the plate.
No kidding, he did.
Manny Ramirez was inducted into the Cleveland Hall of Fame yesterday.
All right, no big deal. Cal Quantrill scheduled to throw 80 pitches in a start on Sunday.
All right.
Go ahead. Pittsburgh and Minnesota. Mitch Keller struck out 12 in 6 innings.
All right, the Pirates beat Sonny Gray and the Twins 7-4. Gray retired his first 16 batters. McCutchen added a 3-run homer in the 9th for his 11th homer of the season. Keller had another quality start, 2 runs and 7 hits. Now, Keller has allowed at least 6 runs in 3 of his first 4 starts after the All-Star break, but he has surrendered 6 earned runs over his past 17 innings, so he earned his first win since June 28th. And he said throwing his cutter harder has led to the recent turnaround.
And David Bednar got 4 outs for his 26th save. Gray struck out 7 6 2/3. And I'll tell you what, Gray, 2-1 with a 1.89 ERA in his first 3 August starts.
You want to go to the Arizona Fall League this year?
Absolutely do.
Do you think we can?
I think so.
Okay, we're going to try.
Okay,
we love going there. We haven't been able to go since COVID struck.
Yeah, we'll try to coordinate Lenny's Legion, Arizona Fall League.
Gallo's going. You know, we always see him there.
Yeah, we always see. That's where I met him.
That's where we met Gallo.
That's right. Julio Rodriguez.
Julio down by the schoolyard.
17th hit. Yes, you are. Logan Gilbert, 14th quality start. This guy's a good one and one of your favorites, right?
The Mariners are crushing it. They're going to get Ohtani. They're 13-3 in their last 16 games. They're 1.5 games behind the Astros for the second wild card spot. They maintain a half a game lead over Toronto for the third and final wild card spot. Altuve, we told you how great he is, but Sam Haggerty homered in the 9th with his first of the season. The Mariners clubbed 17 hits against Astros pitching.
The Astros' 3 runs came off of Alex Bregman, 20th home run. Yainer Diaz and Mauricio Dubois hit him. And Kyle Tucker held out of the lineup again, but it's an illness, not an injury. So
Valdez gave up 6 runs on 10 hits, struck out 5, walked 2 in 5 innings. He's given up 16 runs on 24 hits over his last 3 starts, okay? That's it.
Francisco Lindor had 4 hits. He has been downgraded, and I don't know why. He's still the top shortstop in baseball. Had 4 hits, stole home. Vogelbach had a grand slam. The Mets win their 4th game in a row. I'm rooting for them because I want to see them come close to making the playoffs without Scherzer and Verlander. Because that would be a crime. Absolute crime. Pete Alonso, DJ Stewart homer, and Cody Senga allowed 1 run on 2 hits. First rookie in the major leagues to win 10 games. His 5 strikeouts gave him 154, making him only the 5th Japanese-born pitcher and the 7th Met pitcher to record 150 strikeouts as a rookie.
Nolan Arenado, 26th homer of the season, and Miles Mikolas, 7 runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 2/3. The Cardinals dropped their 4th straight game. And Vogelbach, 10th home run of the season and his 4th career grand slam, okay?
And Lindor stole home as part of a double steal.
Yeah.
First career theft of home, and the Mets first since Kevin Pillar. And how about that? Jordan Walker held out of the lineup due to illness.
Okay.
San Francisco played Atlanta. Go, baby, go.
Rosario had 4 hits.
That's Eddie Rosario, right?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Eddie.
Well,
he's the only Rosario had 4 hits, including a go-ahead 2-run homer, and the Braves beat the Giants 6-5 for their 5th straight win. You go ahead and talk about this fool that I dropped.
So Marcell Ozuna, 2-out single off Rogers in the 8th. Then Rosario followed with his 19th home run.
Ronald Acuna Jr. hit his 28th homer. Lamont Wade Jr. had 2 hits, including a homer on the game's first pitch. But still, the Giants lost.
Logan Webb allowed 4 runs, 9 hits, and 6 innings.
And Kirby Yates, scoreless 8th. Raciel Iglesias, 23rd save with his perfect 9th inning. Now, Lamont Wade Jr. was removed from the game after he singled for his 2nd hit because he grimaced and held his right side at first base. So, grimaced?
Grimaced. When's the last time
Do you know Grimace from McDonald's?
No. When's the last time you grimaced?
I don't know. Grimace is a character. That's all I know.
No, grimace is when you go, ah.
You do it all the time.
Yeah, I grimace.
I don't do that.
I wake up grimacing.
Max Fried tonight is about to try to extend his unbeaten record in his career against San Francisco. You need to put Fried in. He's probably very expensive against the Giants because he's 3-0 with a 1.89 career ERA in 3 starts against them. And the Giants still have not even named a starter tonight. So I would say throw DFS some love with Max Fried.
Kyle Freeland?
Remember him in the Arizona Fall League? And
I loved him.
That year that Max Fried was there, he was like the highlight.
Yeah.
We stayed in Arizona for a month to watch the games, remember? And it was so freaking hot.
First time I loved the player, especially a pitcher, based on his presence on the mound.
He struck out everybody.
That's not what I mean. That's easy. But when his team made errors, runners in scoring position, he got out of every inning where that occurred. He was totally in control. I fell in love with Fried watching him at the Arizona Fall League. Kyle Freeland pitched the first 5 innings. First win in 3 months. Colorado, everybody beats the White Sox. Charlie Blackmon homered, and 3 hits by Brandon Rogers and Nolan Jones. Freeland was charged with 4 runs. He was 0-9 with a 6.19 in his previous 14 starts, so keep an eye out on him. Lewis Robert, 33rd home run. The White Sox have dropped 6 out of 7. Colorado scored 3 runs in the first, 2 more off a rookie, Jesse Schultens. So the White Sox turning out to be the worst team in baseball. Dylan Cease goes to the mound against Chris Flexen. Baltimore and Oakland. Ryan Mountcastle singled. Adam Frazier go-ahead run. Orioles beat Oakland 7-2.
I'm sorry, I'm chatting.
The chat. All right.
I'm in the chat room.
Austin
you go ahead
Hayes
with the
and
games.
James McCann homered in the 4th inning. So you got that. Aldemus Diaz homered twice for the A's. A's have lost 9 of 11. Worst home running percentage, .295. That's what's wrong with baseball. Okay?
What's wrong with baseball?
They got too many teams that just are nothing.
Like who?
Zeros. Okay?
You're 0. 0
Speaking
to
of
100.
zeros, thank you, everybody. And don't forget, we've got a big surprise coming up this week. Chris from Cambridge, Chris from Gallo, Daniel Ferrara, Danny Fuller, James Caplion, Leonard Donaldson, Laura Malpal, Post 1958, SM King Turk, King Hap was here, Tommy Johnson, Triple Play, Zelmo, Boston Paul. Woo, look out.
Thanks for joining us on official Julio Rodriguez Day. He deserved it today, right?
We'll see you again tomorrow, everybody. Don't forget, big surprises coming up.
Like what? You can't tell me because it's a surprise?
No, I'm going to surprise myself, too. Okay, thanks.
You're going to surprise yourself, too. Have a great day, everybody.